All right, welcome everybody once again back to LCS Academy. What a start to our second series here, Cubby Deserux. Cloud9 definitely looked pretty dominant towards the end of that one.
Yeah. Towards the end or towards the beginning?
Towards the end, maybe the middle too.
Yeah, it felt like it was all C9 that game.
Yeah, oof. That was something else. Deserux, I mean, I know we kind of hyped this up as being a little back and forth. What do you think happened with Dig there?
Lots of things happened. The top lane happened, and for Dig, actually, I shouldn't say the top lane happened, more like the top lane didn't happen, because Cloud9 didn't let it. And when you're down a lane, it's kind of over from there. Cloud9 just played to their advantages so well, especially with Shaden, who was just, he's on Graves, and he's playing like he's a Scion in the middle of a team fight. It's pretty wild to see this play.
Yeah, that was some pretty incredible performances out of Cloud9 to start things. We'll see if Dignitas, after a bit of a cooldown, can get themselves back on and ready for Game 2. But in the meantime, we get to have a little bit of fun here. We're going to play a little word game that we like to call Yordle. So, for those of you unfamiliar with it, I know you two very much are well-schooled. It's a little guessing game where we have a 6-letter word that you're going to have a number of chances to guess, and then after it all goes down, we get to play a couple of clips relevant to what exactly happened. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get ourselves ready to go for Yordle. The first word, I'll leave it to you, gentlemen. You have the time. Let's go.
Deserux, we concurred on this as a squad coming in. Would you like to announce it in the powerful voice that you have?
Our first word of the day is going to be turret.
Ooh, what an interesting first guess. Now, you did get a single letter correct and in the correct place, but it is not, in fact, turret. I'll give you a plate, maybe half of one.
Okay.
Oh.
Did you just give our next word? Is that what I heard?
I mean, we could guess plates. That's not... Well, there's no T, though. So, I'm going to vote that we guess invade. Because... Oh, yeah, that's 6 letters. All right, we're good.
It is, although you're sure that's your final answer because of the placement of the E.
I know the E is not going to be aligned, but we at least get to guess other reasonable verbs.
Yeah.
And
it's a flex. I mean, there are a lot. Obviously, there's an E. You know where that is. You know there's an I, a D, and an N, but not in those places.
That was extremely worth. See, this is where things get hard, and now we have to think hard about words that start with 6 letters that could potentially apply. I will say it probably ends in ED. That's my guess.
Okay.
So I think that's a reasonable guess.
I'm so bad at word games, man.
Oh boy.
Would you like a hint?
Get tough. Yeah, does it hold on. 6-letter words.
I'd like to phone Twitch chat, please.
Well, if you would like a hint, I'm willing to give you at least one or two for this one. I know Mazel usually gives a little bit of leeway, so while you are trying to take a little bit of time, you did think about how it is going to end in ED. That is certainly a possibility for you. But in terms of the theming around this one, you've talked turret, you've talked invade. Well, it's not invade. It's certainly something that can happen to you in a game of League, and it's not something that you like.
Get trounced, get smashed. I don't know. That really feels like what happened in that one.
Okay, 4 words. I'm throwing the ED to the side. I'm only thinking 4 letters now, and we're just gonna past tense it at the very end.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Oh my goodness! I'll give you one more hint if you want it. I know I'm keeping it fairly vague here, but maybe I can give you a little bit more insight if you'd like.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I already mentioned it was something that you don't want to happen to you in a game of League, but when it does happen, you usually are lower on resources, lower on items, and have less impact.
Behind.
An interesting guess. Is that your final answer?
It is 6 digits. I feel like we just have to keep things moving and guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and put that in. Is it behind? It is not, but you have 3 out of your 6 letters in the correct places.
We technically have 4.
That's true.
Oh my
if you
goobers.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've used all your hints. This is all you get.
All right. So it an N has to be N-E.
Okay, we use the I, we use the N, and...
Does it start with an N? Does it not start with an N? Is it E-N-I blank? This is tough. This is tough.
I have to pull up the notepad now. I can't.
I just don't. I cannot think of a word.
You know this game.
I cannot.
I don't know this game.
Oh
my goodness! What in the world?
Oh God! I hope there's some fun music playing because we are just struggle busting here.
I'm having a great time here. You know what? I'm feeling charitable. If you want one very, very tiny hint,
please.
Okay, please.
Add it in. You are allowed to have multiple uses of letters.
Oh.
Well, we know that from the 2 E's.
Yeah, but I keep thinking on it.
Oh wait. Oh now. Oh wait. Hold on.
Is it clicking?
I-E-D. With another E. It's B. I-E-D. I'd. I-E-D. I-E-D.
ID.
You
Oh God.
got 2 more guesses.
I'm so bad at these games.
Uh.
I can never answer them. These only exist to torment me.
I'm sorry, Desiree.
Denied?
No, I'm not sorry. Yeah, let's see that last question. What was it? You said denied?
Yeah.
That's the answer! And you are not denied a victory on this one.
Huge.
In 4 guesses. Congratulations, Cubby. That
We
was
did it.
in fact the case. And you know, it was something that happened quite a lot, being denied.
You talked about the
last
minion
game.
wave.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll out what we saw with Dignitas being denied quite a lot.
Oh man.
This was Shaden fully denying XU.
That's one.
What, denial?
And then we have the freeze after the Tony Top dies. Oh God, not this one. This is the tough one. Is this? Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, this is yeah. You can't have those.
Yeah, this is full on like, oh, you wanted a package play? No, you're not gonna get a
Yeah,
package
okay,
Yeah,
this is the no package play. Yeah, this was denied. Also the dragon being taken by Shaden. Good stuff. Good
At the
stuff.
same exact time.
Oh man, basing with package, that feels bad, man. Oh yeah, the TP. Goodbye insanity. You cannot have that wave.
Is this the
And then-
Shaden
yeah.
denied?
Yeah, this is the Shaden. This was absurd. This
How
is
did he
just.
live?
I want to stop
my
watching
God.
this. Like, I want to actually time how long he's living.
I'd say 10, 11. The only reason he died is because he goes back in here, which I kind of respect.
Hey
but
guys, I think I'm
also-
immortal.
Yeah. I can't lose these guys.
See, he also gets denied at the end too, so this was really a double denial.
Yeah, King doesn't need to die here either. This was a bit sussy from King, but yeah, everything else is pretty clean.
Alrighty.
Big times.
Well,
big
that was,
game here for C9.
Yeah, it really was massive. I mean, what a great performance from them, and just so many stiff arms, and I think that's why that picked that word. But you know what? We have a little bit of bonus content here. We're gonna do Yordle number 2. You're gonna have some
What?
no! Yourself, Desterux. Yeah, let's go ahead and roll it up.
What?
All right.
Turret! Turret!
Oh
guess
no!
turret again?
Use turret! Put on
Yeah.
turret, man!
He wants
The
turret.
word games.
I mean, you
look
got
it.
3 letters
Look
off
it.
the bat, so that's
Oh
not
my
bad.
God! How?
Just through the sheer...
See, I feel
It's
like
sheer spite right now, man.
this puts like more pressure on us because now I have to think of 6-letter words that like have those letters in that spot, and I can't
is the
do that
extra
without
hard version.
cheating. I need to read more. That's the conclusion I'm getting.
I'm
here.
a math guy. I'm not a word guy.
I'm a math guy.
God.
Sorry, numbers are not allowed.
Buried?
It's a good guess. That's the one you're going
Yeah,
with?
yeah. I'm gonna stick with it. It's got some different.
Let's show us buried.
Everything's in the same spot.
Okay, one more.
Hell yeah. This is where.
2 letters remain.
How is that not an I there? What other letters could be there? What if it's another? No, it can't be another R. What other letters could go there? T? A T? What if a T goes there before the ED? Oh, no. Can't have a T. Can't have a T. I'm dumb. A B could go there. No, a B can't go there. A P. It's got to be a P. URP. ED.
URP?
URPED. What could...
I don't understand these acronyms, but I mean, if you want to,
okay, so like there's an ED, right? There has to be like a non-vowel, most likely, that is before it. So I'm trying to find that so then I can guess.
See.
So I feel like a P is involved, whether it is before the U or after the R.
All right. Well,
what's the hint? What's the hint?
To try and get the
SERPed. SURPED. SERPed.
You SERPed? You're gonna say SERPed?
No, yeah, just SERPed. Yeah, not usurped.
SURPED. That is your question. That is your guess.
SERPed.
This is an interesting one.
Oh, all right, yeah,
no.
we're winning.
Okay. We have a spot for the S.
Then the S goes where the P does.
What's the hint?
Do you want a hint at this point? Yeah, you have 4 letters. And a fifth.
One letter.
Yeah, I want a hint. I want a hint.
You want a hint? You want a hint? All right. Well, we talked about it quite a lot in regards to teams that weren't Dignitas yesterday.
Teams that weren't Dignitas yesterday.
Cursed.
Is that your answer? Is that your guess on that? Cursed?
Yes.
That's cursed.
All right, that is correct. You
let's
have
go.
it, Deserex. You got one, and it is cursed because after Dignitas completed the summoning circle, this time around, their Corki was absolutely cursed.
Yeah,
got some clips to prove it.
So, on streams that have Pyro and I, the Corki has yet to win a game after Dignitas tweeted out the Corki summoning circle. I feel like the Corki summoning circle is still the most powerful force we have in Academy. That's what this is going towards. As I will say, he tried to make a couple good plays. Again, this is a Doom game, but yeah, 2 TPs. That feels bad, man. That's a tough one.
I'm trying to pay attention to the game, but I'm just still on the curse thing. The fact that I actually solved a word game for the first time in my life.
You did it.
Let's go, Deserex.
Y'all are 1-1 too. That's impressive stuff.
We're doing our best here as we can continue to see the Corki not have a good time. This was a huge team fight from Copy, by the way. I was really impressed with how he went around that minion to land the charm, and then is also able to cut off Insanity here by taking the southern blast plant. The second southernmost blast plant on the map.
Fun facts with Copy.
Look at that. Using our directional capabilities, along with our word capabilities. It's huge.
You're a very well-rounded caster, and yeah.
And you had to be the last
unfortunately. They had to zoom right in on him, so that was it. That game was absolutely cursed, and perhaps Dignitas can shrug it off.
I hate how the Corgi butt just like sticks up like when he's in the gray screen.
It breaks my heart.
It's a bummer. Like he just like went for the jump to like try and get a treat and like fell flat on his face.
It reminds me of like all those like all those like pictures of like corgis getting like stuck places, and then you see like the front and they're just really smiling on the back. It's just the little like fluffy butt. Just they're having a good time though. So I feel like the corgi is having a bad time, but his mount, maybe he's just enjoying life. You know, who's to say?
I don't know. He's kind of buried into the actual floor. At this point, we got to have like a John Wick Corki skin.
I hope there's a treat in there somewhere. That's all I know.
Holy moly, that is zero chill, Desera.
I hope there's a treat where he's buried. That's all I hope.
Oh my goodness! You know, on that note,
we should get into the game.
Yeah, we really should, because I got nothing else after that one. I'm still speechless.
This is getting dark.
Away for Champ Select.
Yeah, let's move on.
How are we doing this toss right here? Final game of the day, Cloud9 Academy versus Dignitas Academy. As we head into this one, Cloud9, man, they looked great in that game one. Can Dignitas bounce back is going to be the question.
We shall find out.
I think they can, because if I bounce back from a word game, they can bounce back in some League of Legends. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, like, with Dig, you can kind of chalk that game up to, like, hey, we went for this invade, XU made a mistake that led to Tony Top dying, and then things got really hard from there. So I think you can chalk it up to a few things that are easily fixable moving ahead. And for Dignitas, looks like they have a couple different thoughts up their sleeves, as it's looking like they are going to take away, or I should say take a different side and see if they can come back against C9 here, as it will be C9. Again, a lot of focus on these marksman bans.
Yeah, Lucian, Callista, Zeri, all banned away. The Talia, I don't think Shaden's getting that ever again after the performance we saw the first time. Darshan, so good he's been in this top lane matchup, and I want to point out that when I first started Casting Academy, that was 2019, Darshan did not look that good back then. He was struggling. It seemed like a demotivated Darshan, but as we've come through in these last couple of years, he's not only adapted more from the role that we used to know him in, which was just like exclusively that side lane pusher, he's adapted more into both being a team fighter, into both being a team player, and into being a vocal leader for the rest of the squad of Cloud9. So his growth has been fun to track over the last couple of years.
First pick Yuumi.
That's a first pick Yuumi.
Everyone's dream, guys. We have first pick Yuumi. This is what we live for in League of Legends.
I don't want to exist anymore. I don't want to exist in this meta anymore. We can't have this company. This is banned.
We'll see if
legal.
See if Dignitas take away some of the good Yuumi combos. Ezreal is an option now for spawn. We could also have a Viego for XU again, but then you would play into Shaden's Graves, as it will be the Ezreal option. I like that deny. This will most likely put King on Twitch, I think is the answer that he likes into the Ezreal. And we shall see if Dignitas decide to lock in jungle or just match support here, as Shaden's counter pick, the Graves, was scary in the last game for sure.
Ooh.
This could always be, I mean, XU Lee Sin, man. He's 2-0 on it.
Let me have it. He's hovering it for now. I mean, it's not going to be Shaden's. It's going to be XU. Both of them very, very good Lee Sin players. But yes, Dignitas Academy going to lock that one in.
Now, do we see Twitch? That's the answer. That's the real question here. And if so, I think they have to lock it in here, or else Dignitas would probably ban it. As C9, they did hover the Hecarim last time. It is Yuumi empowered. But I think it's just Shaden playing some games with XU. Instead, we'll be Copy returning to that Ahri that we've seen him really playmake on. Will be his third play on the Ahri. Had a great game last game. And now, what do we see C9 and King select? As I expect to see a marksman.
Yeah.
And this is where things get curious.
I mean, we've already had 4 marksman bans, so letting this go one more round, that pool's going to shrink even more, and there's barely anything left. So they're going to go for that. They're just going to grab the Viego and let the marksman pool dwindle down a little bit. Now Dignitas have the response.
Okay. So this is also Shaden's most played champion in the Viego. You have the Yuumi to help empower it. I'm curious about what Dignitas takes away if they are scared of the Twitch, which again, King played on the LCS stage to minimal success, but did play it. We've also seen him combo with the Tristana. We could see an old school one, could potentially be the Jhin as well, another option for King. But at the moment, we'll talk about the things we see on our screens, as the counter into Ahri Viego is the Sin LeBlanc, which I think historically, LeBlanc has a good matchup into Ahri. I think durability patch, it helped Ahri get through the earlier stages a little bit easier. But LeBlanc still a ton of poke in the later stages. And with the Ezreal and LeBlanc, that's a lot of range that Dignitas have available to them.
A lot of range and a lot of burst damage that can kind of come out of nowhere, considering the Lee Sin. Lee Sin, a very early impactful champion, has the stats to back that up as well, so that's already locked in for this early mobility and early damage coming out from Dignitas.
Curious what supports that C9 takes away, as they're looking more Enchantress-focused. Will be Karma taken off the board. Not surprised about that. The big question is, do they ban out something like the likes of the Singed that we have seen popping up, Deserex, as a counter to Yuumi, and a combo with Senna? I'd be curious if that's the case. It does appear that Dignitas are not afraid of the Twitch at all, as I'm going to expect the King is going to lock in the Twitch, quite frankly. It's pretty bad into the block Ezreal, but I feel like it's the best Yuumi counter left. I think it's going to be Twitch or Jhin for the side of King. Instead, going to focus on the blind picks for Darshan. He has been blinding Fiora. I do think Fiora is blindable on this patch, so they are going to take that away. And also pay some respect over to Tony Top's Camille, which has been his most played so far. But the Tony Top Jax is available.
You know, when you talk about the curiosities as to what they're going to play, you sound like a little bit of a mad chef getting the seasonings ready. Like, what are they going to put in here? Want a little spice of this? Well, Dignitas setting up the spice of their own, and this spice is going to be Bard.
That is a way to escape some of the engages of the Ahri if you are playing by the walls. I always love the creativity you can use with the Magical Journey. See if JJ is up to the challenge. Also, this lane would destroy a Twitch, theoretically. So, we will see if that is the option for King. They have played Twitch Yuumi again on the LCS stage. And I believe King will be locking in his champion here. As it will, in fact, not be Twitch, not be Jhin. It instead will be a Sivir.
So Sivir locked in for Cloud9. Lots of push coming in. Lots of mobility on top of it, as you can do the on the hunt. Also, Gangplank locked in for Darshan in the top lane.
And I'm expecting the Thality Sivir, just given that we have so many ranged champions on the side of Dig. There isn't really that big, beefy frontliner to keep on hitting. As, oh boy, Dignitas on their side. Could be a Kayle counter pick.
We're waiting. Couple seconds left on the clock. It's getting locked in, so Tony Top will be taking the Kayle on the top lane into the Gangplank.
I am a tad bit concerned about what C9 can do in the early stages, because Darshan, we saw it yesterday playing the Gangplank into the Aatrox with Team Liquid Academy. Bradley destroyed that lane in the first 3 waves. Shaden came up and ganked, put Aatrox significantly far behind. Kayle is very, very, very weak early, and I want to see if C9 can punish Kayle before she is allowed to get that range access at level 6. I want to see if XU ends up defending for that, as I feel like that is the game plan here for Cloud9.
I do feel like Shaden would play to that lane as well. Shaden has shown to it. It's been a very solid game plan, but last time they faced a Kayle, that was pretty much the lockdown. Just stay in that top lane and make sure that Kayle never gets to go online. We'll see if that is the case. I'm very curious on a lot of this early damage drafted, because I think Dignitas' composition is actually really exciting. Both having the Lee Sin and LeBlanc, one of the things you have to watch out for more when it comes to early to mid game skirmishes.
And I believe it's an Ignite for Insanity. So that tells me that XU and Insanity are really going to be trying to work together to put this Ahri behind. It is something that you can execute. We will see if they will be successful in doing that and giving Dignitas a leg to stand on as their side laners scale throughout this game.
So the final game of the day, you cannot correct me this time, Cubby, unless you start talking about the Academy stream, then I'll accept defeat on this one. But Cloud9 Academy versus Dignitas Academy. Cloud9, very, very dominant in that game number 1. Now Dignitas trying to find an answer, and I do like a lot of the pieces that they've drafted for this game too.
Kayle's unique, as I'm really curious to see if they can utilize Kayle with someone like XU or Insanity diving in and preventing a lot of that upfront damage. When I first was really impressed with the Kayle usage, it was Nuggery during Worlds, I believe. Or no, it would have been the Shy. The Shy's Kayle during their Worlds run. They comboed it with Kai'Sa, and they would ult the Kai'Sa as she Killer Instinct in, and Kai'Sa would just melt everyone, which was just nasty to watch. So I'm thinking that you can do a similar thing with Lee Sin and LeBlanc. We'll see how in tune Dignitas are with Tony Top, who is their sub. We're getting word that Tony Top may be playing for a couple more weeks as they're trying to secure Hoon's visa still. And I think Tony Top's actually been performing rather admirably in the early stages, as he's going to scout out Darshan. Darshan doesn't know that one yet. And looks like we have Shaden. Again, pathing from bot to top. XU is going to match, so a big focus on this top lane early.
For good reason. Both of these top laners scale like no tomorrow. The Gangplank and the Kayle. The bigger thing is Kayle definitely does need those levels. You're always waiting for that methodical late game to come out from Kayle when she gets to level 16. We get to see her true potential in that one. But that being said, going into the Gangplank matchup, going to be pretty happy to take this one in the early stages.
And for Kayle, there's a lot of power in the side lanes. You can use the ultimate in team fights to really nullify a lot of cooldowns from the enemy team. But in team fights, Kayle can fall vulnerable to getting kited out by the Gangplank with the barrels. So it's going to be really important that Dignitas finds those barrels and autos them so they do not pop in the fights, or else they will have difficulties having Kayle utilize her DPS, which again is some of the most in the game. The amount of damage that Kayle can pump out is absurd.
Looking at these pathing coming out from both Shaden and XU. Full clears on the bottom side. So we're not going to see the rush like we saw last time, where Shaden just went for the clear, for a partial clear, and then instantly went over towards that top side. So yeah,
actually will pull the Gromp too, so trying to hit level 4 before this first crab. Whereas XU, hovering mid, yeah, he is not spotted quite yet, but will be spotted now, as doesn't quite get in range with Insanity to proc Copy, and Copy should be able to get this wave in. Really important. But yeah, Copy did flash. All right, good catch. Copy, Summoner Burn. That is something that Dignitas can punish moving forward.
Yeah, a little bit late on the flash. Did get caught by the chains, but still Summoner Burn nonetheless coming out for XU. Shaden trying to do something into this mid lane.
Yeah, he is up a level, but obviously knows that Insanity can land the flash chain. And Shaden's actually moving to the crab. So XU will lose out, as Shaden has the potential to cross mid and double crab. As XU just going to be relegated to his Krugs, and a little bit of time wasted on the side of Dignitas. C9 up in info, and going to be up in jungle tempo, as Shaden ahead early.
XU only able to burn that mid lane summoner. It's going to be Shaden, who will grab both Scuttle Crabs at the end of the day and get himself a little bit of a lead. We'll see what he's able to do with that, as XU is going to start focusing over onto this top side as he finishes up his golems. Both top laners been swinging at each other, so health bars on the lower side, about 400 health, as XU sets up.
Darshan's dead. XU has a ward. He's dead. Yeah.
There it is. A flash coming out from XU. Gets returned by Darshan in first blood to Dignitas in the top lane.
Why was Darshan dead? Because I knew XU was going to proactively flash. That was the right call from him, as no chance for Darshan to get out. Flash goes to the wayside. Darshan will TP back, catch the wave, but good play from XU. At least punishes Shaden, getting the double crab, and getting a very healthy second clear as well, as Shaden will be able to power through this. Looks to be opting for a Divine Sunder, or I would expect, honestly, a Trinity Force build this game, as Dignitas don't have a ton of health stackers on their side. Get a little bit more mileage out of the Triforce if you are able to auto. See what Shaden ends up going for. But I expect... I'm on the T-Force gang.
On the T-Force gang?
Yeah.
What gang? I'm on the Frozen Fist gang.
Oh, okay.
I don't even need it to be in this game. It's just blue, and I'm still sticking with blue builds right now.
Magical Journey.
Ooh, coming out for King.
That's a bonus member.
Yeah, not the best place for King to be, but is able to bully away Spawn. And JJ gets them low. XU has to finish off the job by himself. Spawn will flash forward. Still walking away as King. Destiny can block.
No way.
King's alive. King survives.
Wow. Oh, my. I think King can catch the wave, too. He is sucking down the health potions. That's a big zoomy as well. Huge for C9 is, again, a good move from XU. There was absolutely no knowledge of that. And look at how C9 respond. They see XU bot. They know the Dragon's going to go to the wayside, but Shaden already cleared out his bot camps. Instantly goes to take XU's topside jungle. Copy moves top to force Tony Top off this wave. And this is a big win for C9 across the map. In fact, they were able to survive that play in the bot lane. And now Tony Top. Shaden's just going to walk up here and dive. JJ, a really good hover from him, but we'll see if he gets here in time.
Yeah, one more parlay goes through. Sets Tony to about 100 health, but Shaden is there waiting to finish off the job. But as you said, that level 6 coming just in time. Now here comes Insanity right onto Darshan. Will take down Darshan off of a tower dive that C9 had set up.
I think that Copy had to fully commit to that top lane play. I think that Copy turning back around, that enables Tony Top to hit 6, catch the wave, stay ahead in this matchup. And also, because I believe he reset during that time, it gave Insanity the window to go, commit that, turn the play around. Really good stuff from Insanity. Who, with the LeBlanc, you have a lot more proactivity on the map. Big ability to play make. Someone that is one of the leaders for this team. The fact he was able to make a positive play for his squad. A big deal here for Dignitas is they have avoided losing out heavily in the fact they missed out on that bot lane play and almost lost their top laner to the dive. Instead, he survives to get the Dragon, and Dignitas still looking good early.
Dignitas with a nice start. And the gold allocation onto that Lee Sin and LeBlanc combo that was talked about during Champ Select. So getting those early stats going in the right places for Dignitas. Gonna feel good for them. So we still are on the early stages of this. You're still looking for the assassination and picks to come out of LB and Lee Sin.
Also, it is worth noting, I did tease that I was thinking that King would be going for the poke Sivir build that we've seen most commonly. It is lethal tempo with the Yuumi, and it's looking to be the crit Sivir. So this does really change the scaling of the game. The fact that if King is able to live and pump out DPS during team fights, that is a lot of damage that you can do as the Sivir. So we will see if King can live up to that in what is looking to be an Essence Reaver rush for the Sivir. And also looking to be a non-Trinity Force rush for Shaden. Bummer. I lose.
You lose this time. It's all right. It's all right. You were winning the champion select earlier. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. It's okay. Tony Top kind of knows that feeling as well over in this top lane. After struggling in that game number 1, he is bringing it back over on this top side to assist deep so far and keeping up with CS.
And that's a big deal. I teased earlier, you know, how far can C9 set this Kayle behind before Cheating 6 gets access to the range? Answer is not far behind at all. In fact, Darshan is the one that's behind early, as Tony Top now will be able to completely control this wave. It will be very difficult to dive the Kayle, as of course she can go invulnerable. So I think Tony Top's in really good shape. This is really good news for the side of Dignitas.
Hovering over here is going to be Shaden again. Tony Top keeps positioning forward. XU did not spot out Shaden on his golems, but he does have backup. JJ is hovering into this area, over around the Rift Herald. XU has started it up. No movement to come out of Cloud9 right now. You finally have Shaden now moving over towards the Rift Herald. Has sights on it, but not willing to take the fight.
Yeah, it's gone. JJ's here. Yuumi is not. And well played by the side of Dig, really taking advantage of the Ezreal too. The fact that Spawn didn't lose out on any resources during this trade across the map. Means the Dignitas are the ones to just win, as Copy will be forced to ult. A nice magical journey from JJ. I've loved how JJ has used the Bard so far this game, Deserex. One of those magical journeys that at least forced C9 to be pressured around the Rift. Even if that bot lane play didn't work out, it still was the right idea. And hey, mid, they get a cooldown.
I mean, that's as successful as you can be for Dignitas, because getting those cooldowns to be burnt, you will not have them for playmaking potential for Cloud9. For when these neutral objectives spawn, like Dragon, that's coming up within the next minute. Do have that Mountain Drake timer for the Spirit Rush. Is going to be ticking through and not up in time.
And for C9 in this mid game, once Copy completes the Everfrost, it's again going to be how hard can C9 hit this mid game spike. Because I think the slows from the Gangplank, the Everfrost from the Ahri, the resets from the Viego, that's where C9 can really look to pressure and assert their will on the map before you start dealing with you know, this empowered blue build Ezreal that will be outranging everything you have on your team. Something I really liked from Cloud9 last game was Copy's willingness to Spirit Rush forward, start fights before they could get poked out and just assert their dominance on the map. Looking to see if Copy can do that again in this game. If not, Lee Sin can find angles. Tony Top can shred you in fights. That could be a problem, especially later. So C9 have to hit this mid-game spike hard.
There's no Spirit Rush, but there is a flash for Copy. So trying to jump on a Copy right now, a pick before Dragon would spawn. Dignitas attempting that, but unable to get it to work. Now Cloud9 are fighting for control over this Drake. XU having the main track. Fishing out with some of these Sonic Waves. The rest of Dignitas still looking for those picks. Insanity gets charmed, but lands his chains, and out comes the Temporal Fate from JJ. Getting the lockdown on the Copy, looking to finish off Copy. Insanity gets the kill. With Copy down, Cloud9 cannot contest the Drake.
Wonderful play from JJ and Insanity, and some of the funkiness of Bard's Q shining there. As even if you flash past the terrain, it marks you wherever it tags you. And JJ timed that pixel perfect on the Bard, making sure that Copy falls. They net the kill, they net the Dragon. Really good stuff from the support of Dignitas.
And it was all played around the cooldowns. They burn one, they're going to try again, knowing that resource will not be available. Doing that to Copy, eventually, they're able to catch him. They get a kill, and now it's Dignitas holding a lead in the early stages of this game.
Tony Top taking out a couple barrels as well. You know, as some casters do, and one could argue it's part of our job here, Deserex, I did check Twitter in between the games.
Oh.
Hold on, Shading can buffer this. Oh,
Jason.
Did not get it.
It's on the hunt. It's not going to happen.
Nice Q.
That means
Well
we can get back
JJ.
to Twitter. What's going on?
did check Twitter between the games, and XU said, that game never happened. This is game 1. And to be fair, I think the mental reset from Dignitas, it's paying off pretty good. As that last game was ugly. I think they needed the mental reset. It's doing them some favors.
A lot of favors. They actually have a gold lead this time, and they have laners that are succeeding. Every single lane so far so good for Dignitas, especially over on this top side where Tony Top, he's had the hardest mental reset of all of Dignitas.
I feel bad laughing at like laners that are succeeding, but given how one-sided that last game was, yeah, it really feels like the fact that they actually have some lanes that are up and like doing well. It's huge. And again, Dignitas, 2 dragons, up 1k. They got access to the first Rift Herald thanks to how top lane's gone. I feel like they outscale C9 as the game goes on, given just the power, the range that you have with Ezreal, the poke you can have with LeBlanc, and the power of Kayle and the DPS as well, with a comp that C9 has that has to commit into you. Dignitas are in really good shape this game to split this 1-1.
20 seconds left before plates do fall. Taking a look at those plates. Actually,
Great
can't
play.
look at those plates. We got to look at Shaden. He's getting chased down. XU with the Dragon's Rage kicks Shaden right back to the team. A kill acquired by Dignitas, but the response from Cloud9, they're looking for the engage, looking to lock it down onto JJ, onto XU, but XU returns fire with the Kayle ultimate.
Oh,
Darshan, big damage to come right through. Following the magical journey is going to be Cloud9 as the rest of Dignitas take a different escape route than JJ, who will be the sacrificial lamb.
Double TPs are clutch for Cloud9, but can they get anything else? They have to stick around and push this top lane turret, because look at what's going on bot. Spawn, alone, wasn't able to respond, burned the TP to get back to this wave. He's been hitting this tower. Now C9 using their last TP, deja vu from yesterday. Gangplank trying to 1v1 Ezreal in the bot lane, but Dignitas, they don't want to make this even.
Oh, Darshan realizing this is not an even fight. This is a 1v2.
Oh.
Tony Chop joins the fray, but Darshan will not fall. Barely survives by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, well played from Spawn. He connected with all of his skill shots there. Just wasn't quite enough. They live, and now Shaden. Spawn, Tony Top are low. There is no Kayle ult. Will not go for the play.
Not going to go down yet.
Oof.
They can't take it down. Still, the backup coming out from Shaden will keep Darshan into that bot lane, clearing out the wave. No more gold to be found now in the mid lane.
No
Chains land, followed by the Bard Q. A chain of CC onto Copy with one more distortion, but Copy still gets the return.
Bit of a misplay from JJ. 8 the double Q. Didn't need to do that, but hey, still, I think it's a positive play. The gold goes over to Insanity. You crash the wave. And I like how Dignitas are focusing on punishing Ahri when that Spirit rushes down. She's very vulnerable when that cooldown is not available. Insanity, Dignitas doing a great job of tracking that, and an even better job of making sure that when it's down, they're able to punish.
See, now Cloud9 trying to posture up for position here. Going into the jungle of Dignitas, XU clearing his red buff at the moment. Still with that Scuttle Crab acquired by Dignitas. They do have clean sight onto Cloud9, who are attempting this Rift Herald. Insanity over the wall, looking for some harassment. Not get much else. This mobile duo of XU and Insanity looking to prey on the Cloud9.
And Insanity's been really good this game. I think he was doing his job in the last game, but if you get behind on Corki, you just kind of become a passenger. Ooh. But this game, look at the damage that Insanity's pumping out. Oh, hold on, Copy.
Yeah, Everfrost will find the lockdown. Still trying to take down Insanity. Distortion over the wall. Insanity will survive. But right there, almost a pick coming out from Cloud9 as they try and punish Dignitas.
Yeah, talking with Insanity before, I asked him, what do you think of the Academy pool? Coming back after a time in Amateur, time in LCS, he said, it's better than when I was in Academy before, but I really believe that I am the only thing that can stand in my own way of my success. And to see Insanity really take up this mantle of a leader, again, cannot praise him enough. A lot of players that were in LCS for a split and don't get an Academy spot, they just wait. They don't go play on an amateur team. Insanity played with 80 ping on an amateur team, was essential, in the words of 100 Thieves, for helping develop Sniper, their young prospect on 100 Next. Can't really praise Insanity enough for his work ethic, even when he didn't have a spot. He has earned his spot back here with Dignitas, and he's playing damn well to start off this season, and having a really good game here against C9 in Game 2, trying to even the score.
Yeah, he's playing so good. So much trash talk, but he can back it up.
It's fun.
Insanity.
Keep it fun.
Yeah, it's fun trash talk. I love it. I love it nonetheless, especially from Insanity. I had talked about a little bit about that first year of casting for TLA. Insanity was the mid laner for TLA back then. So Lots of fun to still see him in the scene, to still see him performing as he is, but now they have to respond to this engage coming out from Cloud9. A stun onto JJ results in a kill. Now Copy looking to chase through, going for Spawn, coming through with the Spirit Rush, still trying to lock down Spawn. Doesn't get the kill just yet, but here comes backup with Shaden, who will destroy Spawn. Now Copy still alive, looking to get away from XU, and Copy will survive it. Destiny gets that kill. Dignitas, they try, but they lose 3.
The double off from Shaden was clutch, and that's huge for the side of C9. Again, we talk so much about hitting this mid-game spike, utilizing the Ahri while she's strong. That's Copy stepping up, making plays when his team needs him most. A great pick on the JJ from the squad, and for C9, we like Dignitas because of the range they have. They have a lot of scaling options, but... Oh,
the charm again from Copy.
There's Ignite.
It's almost enough to take down Insanity. He will jump back in. It's a trade 1-for-1 between both of these mid laners.
I think it's a smart trade from Insanity. He was going to go down and get nothing. So the fact that he gets something, right play, did get a TP
definitely.
out of King, and we'll see. But God, this is a crazy mid-game. I know we've been talking a lot about scaling in this game. I think each team has a lot of scaling elements. I favor Dignitas because they have range, but it's not like the game's doomed for C9 if they go late. They have a Yuumi to try and sustain through some of the poke. If you get Viego resets, you can be huge, and of course Sivir, if she's allowed the DPS throughout a fight. The big thing for me is just, are they going to be able to control this Kayle? Because Tony Top in the side lane has been able to push with no punishment.
Teleport.
As now Dignitas overreaching a bit, but they can't afford to do that with the Bard. But Tony Top, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he gets locked by the charm. Shaden and Darshan both there. Look at the rest of Dignitas, though. They see that Tony has been caught out, so they focus down into the mid lane. Put Shelly down. They're grabbing a tier 2.
C9, I still think it's good to stop Kayle from farming. They will lose something for it, but at least C9 making proactive plays with the Ahri. That was a big ask that I had from their team composition early. Copy has been hunting for plays for better or worse. Love to see that out of him. And we'll see if C9 can continue to make a couple plays as they have narrowed that goal deficit to below 1K. It is a very playable game for them at this state. If they keep on doing good work around the Rift here, Deserex, they can at least give themselves a chance. They stop the sole win con for Dignitas. And Baron's up, so any play that's made by either of these teams that you get a 3-for-0, Baron is vulnerable. So we will see if C9 can continue to stay proactive, find picks thanks to the engages from Copy, and play from there.
And for these Baron fights, they're going to be team fights, right? 5v5 is the most likely outcome that we're going to have around a lot of these neutrals. But King has been farming well. King has gotten a lot of assists. And when we have those 5v5 team fights, bad place for Shaden to be. We'll be able to flash out in time. Holding that thought because here comes Darshan looking for the flank. Copy looking to jump in. Spirit Rush now over the wall. Another victim to be found for Cloud9. Can't close it out just yet. Cannon Barrage goes down. Slows finding their marks.
King has ult. King could push. He is pushing hard. Does not decide to pop the ult. I think that's why C9 were pushing so hard. They just knew they had 5. Because look at Tony top bot. He is not moving from that bot lane. It's going to be a trade of turrets, and Dignitas still trade up because they take an inner.
Cloud9. They'll claim over on that top side, but Tony top, free farming, and now it's going to be Dignitas looking for the counter engage. Here comes JJ with the Q, able to throw it down. King gets annihilated. A big pick coming out from Spawn. Dignitas are not done yet. They want Darshan on top of it. It's going to be a 2-for-1 deal, though, because you'll get Destiny if you take him down. The Kayle ultimate will protect XU, and it's a feast coming in for Dignitas as they'll grab 3, losing absolutely nothing on the Baron side of the map, Cubby.
We teased the 3-for-0 could lead to Baron. That's exactly where Dignitas are looking at now as XU JJ. The pick onto Sivir was huge, and they did it when Copy had to go answer Tony top. He TPs to the play, and now C9 they have to go for something. Copy.
Oh, here we go. Jumping in,
no,
magical journey away. Now Copy trying to get away, but he realized that Insanity was right in his face. A kill coming out as Insanity looks for more, tries to go after Shaden, looking for the outplay, but Shaden has his number. A shutdown coming through from Shaden. Now it's a reset. Reset number 1. 2K health remains. He'll get another kill. Shaden's able to grab another. Now looking to come in. He's going for the steal. He wants XU, but out comes the ultimate. Shaden is right there, looking for Tony top. Hops on the Tony top, but no backup in time. King arrives and we'll finish it up. Shaden with a big play is gonna net Cloud9. Baron!
How did things fall apart there on the side of Dignitas? They just couldn't control Shaden. Now JJ
JJ,
Oh boy,
JJ, JJ, JJ! What? He stole it with the Q copy! What the hell did JJ just do?
You've got to be kidding me, man. What a back and forth game between these two teams. As JJ, oh my goodness, Mama Bear JJ saving his team from utter disaster. Oh, back and forth, both these teams throwing down Desrex. What just happened?
I saw 700, 600, 500,
What the
400. At that point, I realized there's no smite. JJ actually had a chance, and he times it beautifully. It's Dignitas who have the Baron right now. What a wild turn of events.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, first off, Shaden, man, the outplay he had onto Insanity was absolute filth. Yes, he went down, but he saved his team the game with that play. And then JJ says, you know what? You can save your team. I'm going to save my team too. We're going to stay with the lead. We're going to stay with the Baron. We can now utilize all the range we have, the Magical Journey, to make sure that this push is deadly against C9. As C9 at least getting something. King going to take 2 turrets for himself. The back and forth bout continues here, Desrex.
True Shot Barrage over to the top lane, but it doesn't clear out the minion wave. So King's able to net that tower over in the bottom lane. Will he take a recall now? There's pings going towards that bot side for King to continue pushing. Cloud9 are just going to try and defend without him.
Oh, dear Lord, copy. That's the poke. Again, that's why I really favor Dignitas in a lot of these situations, their ability to poke with Insanity. Yes, Yuumi can sustain.
Still on the tower.
But, yeah, Dig, they are forced to base. They have the Baron-empowered recalls.
Cannon Barrage!
Not on everyone. JJ is the only one that has Baron up.
Yeah, the tower does go down, but look at the base of Dignitas right now. King is still going. Copy's able to hop away. Ultimate going to be burnt out of Destiny, but Cloud9 are stopping Dignitas from getting their recalls and to try and defend this inhibitor. King still standing there. Dignitas trying to find a response. Out comes the ultimate. Tempered Fate going to be used onto Darshan. It's going to be a pick going through. XE will grab that kill. King now on the run. Still, though, the base now exposed. Tony Top looking for King. King still has his ultimate, so he can get a movement speed boost, but Tony Top looking to try and flank with the blast plant right there. The base has been cracked open.
Wait, what?
And the inhibitor went
was not
down.
Taken by King. It went down to minions.
Wow.
Okay, I think Tony Top chasing that was a huge mistake. That's actually really big for the side of C9. At least they have some sort of pressure. I will say, inhibitor, that's down for 5 minutes. Baron doesn't spawn for 3. So it's not the biggest deal in the world. But when Baron comes up on the map, there is about a 90-second window where C9 will have super creep shoving through bot, and they can pressure Baron hard. The other important thing from that, look at the scoreboard. Look at how accelerated King is in this game. Has that infinity edge. So Sivir, she can now pump with some of these bouncing blades. They can shred Dignitas. So Dig have to be very careful about taking all ins. They need to poke. They need to find picks.
And now, Insanity on the flank alongside XU, realizing that's not the best play to make. Copy's going to follow him through, looking for Insanity. They'll lock down Insanity. Insanity gets a full distortions back, but Darshan meets him, and Shaden will follow through the barrel found by Darshan. Dignitas on the run.
I think the first distortion from Insanity, I think he face planted it. And now Shaden has Yuumi on his back. He can punish so hard here as Dignitas. They will exit, but not for free. Yes, Tony Top will take this tower, but the mid-inner turret's going to fall in favor of C9. Darshan bases to match, and C9 can continue the push.
Going for the push now. Got King on the tower, and he can destroy that in record time. XU still waiting on the flank. Recall has come through. Tony Top's able to rejoin. XU jumps in. Dragon's Rage able to get the kick on the Copy. Copy trying to get out of there, but has no Spirit Rush. XU will follow through. Still looking to get Copy. It's Tony Top who's able to get the kill. Shaden holding the front line. Cannon Barrage goes out. It's zoning out a lot of Dignitas from taking a safe route. And Spawn gets caught out by King. Now Dignitas still trying to find the retreat. Cower into their base is Cloud9. They're looking to stake their claim into Dignitas with a 2-0. A last stand coming out from Dig.
And that's 2 inhibitors going over to C9. This game has gone haywire, but it feels like C9, with the back and forth kills, the fact they have a Viego that can find these resets, that's been the big thing for C9, because if they get 1 kill, Ari Viego can keep on running through the team fight. And that's exactly what C9 have been doing, isolating the members of Dig, making sure they fall first. And C9, again, yes, they have scaling options, but Dignitas in a controlled game, the range they have, the poke they have, it should be tough for C9 to deal with. But C9, they're the ones that have to pull the trigger, find the plays. They're doing just that this game, thanks to their ability to just honestly say screw it and go in with the 3 TPs they have too. It's been C9 knowing they are done in this game, making things crazy, and benefiting from it.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. They just go in. Screw it. Let's just go in. Cloud9.
Things. That's a Kale. Kale's scary. Things don't get better. We have to make plays around the Kale. So I think C9's ability to do that, it's been really good.
Now Cloud9, they're posturing up around this Baron. It is going to spawn in the next 30 seconds. Tony Top taking his recall after that very, very deep push will join with the rest of Dignitas. But look at that flank waiting to happen. Still have Darshan over in the top lane. Waiting in the jungle is going to be Shaden. JJ still trying to fight for vision. This Fog of War benefiting Cloud9.
Tony Top's huge. He has netted that elusive level 16 on the Kale. If he is not dealt with, he's in trouble. Oh, Shaden.
Shaden hops away. Doesn't get caught by the chains. Tower's going to go down.
Oh, they're flanking.
Now look at
Dignitas are thinking about it. That's some nice poke already connecting onto King thanks to Spawn. But Yuumi can top him off with the zoomies. And it's still C9 sticking 2 lanes. Making sure that Dignitas cannot find plays, cannot engage on them. As C9, both teams have an option to put themselves on Soul Point, but it's all about the Baron.
And this is so rough because look at that bot lane. Super minions are gathering.
Yeah.
That wave is growing. Dignitas are going to have to respond to that. And Cloud9, it's just about biding their time.
And it's got to be Spawn, because Spawn's the only one that has teleport out. So this is not an optimal situation for Dignitas. They need to wait for Tony Top to get that TP back up. C9 should just start Baron. Pull the TP from Spawn. Make sure that your supers can make something happen as Copy is going to... Ooh.
Nice sidestep out of Copy.
There it is.
All right, being started up now.
Pull the TP.
Will they get it again? Will they get it again? Dignitas trying to look for a steal. Cosmic Biting comes out. Not finding too much. 6k health remains.
Not TP'd. He will be late. They can burst this, but the Dig's kind of playing a game of chicken. They're saying, C9, you will not 50-50 this when we have the Lee Sin. So because of that, Spawn's been able to hold the TP and actually make sure that these creeps are being managed in the bot lane. So
they pull back.
Nice from Dig, showing some poise.
And pulling back in. They're trying to yo-yo Dig right here. As the super minions are going to crash once again towards that top side. Cannon Barrage is going to go out. And the call's being made. 4k health remains onto the Baron. Still trying to hold is going to be Dignitas. They're waiting for XE to get over the wall. But now Copy gets jumped on. Has the backup of Destiny. Gets the lockdown onto Insanity. Insanity goes down. It's one picked up for Cloud9. Looking for more. Shaden hops in. The ultimate going to be used from Tony Top. Tony Top looking to wail away. Trying to get those ultimates onto Shaden. But Shaden will stand as he flashes over the wall. Copy follows through. It's a pick going down. But it doesn't matter because Cloud9 find more. They find 3. Only picked up 1. Cloud9 are looking to close this out. Onto Spawn, send them to the respawn. Cloud9 with a devastating 2-0.
And the manner in which C9 came back in this game and managed to find the win was absolutely ridiculous. As both of these teams back and forth throughout, but it's Copy the one. I know it's not pretty on the scoreboard, but he had to press the pace. He had to find the plays. He was the one that was enabling Shaden to get the resets, and he's the one that really helps drive this game home, as Shaden and Copy were phenomenal in the later stages of this game, and they net C9 to win.
Cloud9, so good that performance was, man. Especially in that last game. I mean, everything coming together.
That game was nuts.
That game was absolutely nuts, and I was excited for Dignitas' draft onto that one. Some of the steals we had, I mean, JJ with that Baron steal off just a simple Cosmic Binding, extending that game and almost giving Dignitas a fighting chance, but at the end of the day, Cloud9 just so smart with a lot of their fights.
And the moment that Dignitas overstep, Spawn holds on to the TP, it's a 5v4, Copy finds the first kill, just a lot of really good moments from C9, and those are the moments that, like, as a team, again, this is their first week playing together as a squad. The fact that they know how to play around a Baron like that, yes, they have experienced members, but it really feels like this team has come together quickly. Excited to hear more from them about how they've been doing in this early season, because it looked good today against Dignitas.
And we definitely will hear more from them, because Pyro will have an interview with Destiny. We are going to take it over to a short break. When we return, we'll have that interview lined up just for you.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I am joined here by C9 Academy support Destiny off a wild finish to a 2-0 victory. You've had a minute to maybe cool down, take a deep breath. How are you feeling after the result?
Yeah, that game was wild. It was definitely a game of League of Legends. Glad that we got the win, but it was definitely not clean. But yeah, we take those. I mean, we've only been scrimming for 2 days, so yeah, happy to get the tour.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like C9 have only just managed to get the full roster back together. This is your 4th game as a squad here in this split because you guys were called up briefly to play up in the LCS. And now, as you're back together, do you feel like a lot of what happened, a lot of the crazy moments there in that game, were just things that will come out in the wash as you get more time in scrims and on stage?
Yeah, I definitely think when we have more time to bond as a team and like work on our problems, we definitely have a few problems right now, but I think we definitely can progress. I mean, we have Shaden, who's a rookie jungler, and I think we definitely need to guide him. I think he has a lot of potential to be good. It's just mainly the team play. I think a lot of our team play is lacking right now. So I think, yeah, give us a couple weeks and we'll clean it up and we'll look really strong.
Yeah, and considering where you're looking right now, I mean, I think even with some mistakes, some weaknesses, there's still a lot to love about the comp. And you yourself, one of the big veterans, you're paired up with your old bot lane from the Mammoth days, King. I had the pleasure of talking to him last week at LCS, and he said it was like so easy to mesh with you once again after all these years. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of plug and play, like this is our 3rd year playing together. So it's it just feels like normal. I didn't think we had any like growing pains or any miscommunications when we started playing together. It's good to play with him. It's very good to reminisce about the old days. And yeah, I think right now we're definitely the best duo in Academy right now. Despite what people think about our LCS performance, I think we are the best ball in. Today we didn't really show it, to be honest, but come finals time, I think we'll be really good.
Okay, I'm loving that. I do love every time you guys like get a kill or an outplay, you just flash the Mammoth icons. That's always my favorite bit. But I wanted to ask you a little bit about some of the stuff you played in that game too, because you had Yuumi both games, and you actually first picked it in game number 2, and that was a moment. The casters even reacted pretty strongly to it. Tell me more about this champ and why there's such high prio for you on it.
With the durability changes, I think it's just very hard to dive and punish the champion. And I think it's the main reason why she got nerfed on the recent patch. She got nerfed on her healing. I just think she's a strong champ. And I think in Academy, where the games are slow and people don't know how to manage their side waves correctly, I think we can scale for free with it. And I mean, it worked really well this weekend. We went 3-0 on it. I mean, I'm kind of bored playing the champ, but I mean, I like winning. So yeah.
It's the eternal struggle sometimes when the meta shifts away from what you like, but you are getting the victories on it right now, even if they haven't always been the cleanest. Speaking of scaling, in that game, it did seem like at a certain point, maybe towards the mid game, things started to get especially hectic before it became a full-on roller coaster. Were you afraid? Were you worried about getting outscaled by Dignitas?
I think it's actually the opposite. I think we were happy with the game the way it was going. It was really chaotic, and we were actually scaling. I think Yuumi and GP, I think we have a lot of wave clear, and it's hard for them to progress the game, even though they have a KO. I mean, besides the Bard stealing Nash, I think the only way they can win is if they get Nash and try dive us. But yeah, I'd say it kind of went as expected in the mid to late game for us.
Okay, all right. So that moment, that one crazy moment where there was the meep slap to steal away the Baron, did that like really like frazzle you guys for a second, or were you able to just like reset quickly?
We were definitely flustered because we were talking about it, but we didn't stop it from happening. But I think we reacted well. We knew he had Nash, and we pushed our bot fully. I mean, we got an inhib for free, and they got tier 2 top. So I think we responded really well considering the circumstances.
Absolutely. It did feel super back and forth, but it sounds like you guys were always confident you were going to be in control in that one. So despite the fact that it may have been a little messy, you still walk away with 2-0. You still managed to take a game yesterday against Team Liquid, one of the top squads here in Academy. How do you feel about your matchup tomorrow? You're going up against 100 Thieves Academy, another one of the top dogs.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of hype around 100 Thieves. I think Tenacity has been performing pretty well. Yeah, I think from what I've seen, they look like a good team, and yeah, we'll just give it our best shot, I'm keen to verse Boozier. I've heard a lot of good things about him. So it'll be fun.
Fantastic. No, I love that. It's calm, cool, collected. You guys feel like you can challenge anyone. I know that was a big statement that was made by this academy roster, that you were coming and you were aiming for the top, especially after a second place in the regular spring split with a slightly different roster. You said it needs a couple of weeks, but we'll see if the game goes tomorrow. Do you want to, as we get ready to send it back for us for the rest of this and close out our day, do you have any shout outs? Anybody you want to thank? Anybody you want to give some big praise to at that series?
Shout out to all the fans. Thanks for watching and supporting us. I know it hasn't been the greatest, but yeah, thank you for being there, the ones that have supported us. Appreciate it.
All right, well, the Cloud9 faithful definitely should have some stuff to like. I'm excited to see how your games continue. Thank you so much for joining me, Destiny. We are going to go ahead and let you go, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, let's head back to our casters. Cubby, Deserux. You know, Destiny did not feel like he even needed
that was intense.
time to cool down. But you guys, I could tell. I could see a little bit of the sweat there. That was a game.
Yeah.
I could feel that game.
You know, whenever Deserex gets to, give his mic hell, I'm always a happy man. And that's exactly what happened there in Game 2. I think it was well-deserved. And it's fun to see Destiny kind of, feel like things were calm, cool, and collected. And I think the point about scaling, I mean, I had a tough time, navigating through that game. It was like, hey, I think that, the poke from Dig, they can control things, and it's good. But C9 have Yuumi and scaling options. I think that hearing him just be like, hey, as long as we control waves, we're fine. The only way we can lose is, a Kayle with Baron. And I think that C9 executed that really well. And once they got that inhibitor, they were able to turn it into 2. They turned it into Baron. They turned it into Teamfight Win. And turn it into the Nexus. So, really good stuff from them. They have a lot of confidence. I'm excited for that series tomorrow. Very, very excited.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a good one. Deserux, are you, has your voice recovered from all of that? Are you ready to go again?
I am ready to go again. I'm ready for any game, especially now that we've seen what Cloud9 are capable of.
This guy's always ready.
Yeah, we're ready to go. That was an exciting game to see unfold. I'm really excited for the future for a lot of these players, especially over on Cloud9. Shaden is someone who I've talked about endlessly, but my God, is he clicking with this squad?
He really is, and I love how Destiny was talking about how, oh yeah, he's still raw. We still have some things to work on. I'm like, that's the raw form.
That's the raw form of him.
Anyways, let's go ahead and move forward because we gotta talk about our games tomorrow. We already previewed it a little bit. We already hyped it up a bit, but we are going to have C9 Academy taking on 100 Thieves Academy. That's right here on Path to LCS to kick things off. We will, of course, be followed by CLG Academy and EG Academy. And if you want to check out all the action going over on the Academy stream, what we call Stream A, it's Golden Guardians Academy taking on TSM Academy, Team Liquid Honda, and they are facing off against FlyQuest Academy. Still a pretty hype matchup despite results. Closing out the day, we'll have Immortals Academy and Dignitas. So I think we got some serious bangers, all things considered, coming up here, gentlemen.
Tomorrow's fun because it feels like we have a lot of matchups between teams that are pretty even in strength and standings. Even Golden Guardians versus TSM is a good match for both those teams to try and put some more games in the win column. So I think it's going to be really interesting, again, to get more info about where our teams fall. And after tomorrow, we are almost done with the first round robin. I think that we're only one game away after tomorrow from being done with the first round robin. And we are going into a break week after tomorrow, but we're going to really get a lot of info on where our teams are falling, and I'm excited to see C9 versus 100 Thieves, man. C9's form today. 100 Thieves, I think they picked up another 2-0. Tenacity's been monstering everyone. Him versus Darshan in the top lane again. Oh, that's going to be a great matchup, yeah.
I can't wait. Is it tomorrow already? Well, you know what? I think with all those games all done and dusted, we cannot wait. We're chomping at the bit, but we are going to have to sign off for now. So thank you very much, Cubby, Deserex, everybody for watching. Academy, go check that out because we might be done here, but the action does not stop. But for us, we will see you next time. Thank you all so much for watching.